Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today on Light of Hidaya we have a special guest, and as you know I am your host, but my name is Tasirif Shah, and with me I've got a special guest called Debbie, but now Aisha. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. We got here on time.
We did.
And alive, so alhamdulillah.
We did.
Today I've called you because I just wanted people to see how the journey is of becoming a Muslim from being born a non-Muslim. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of new Muslims, reverts as we call them.
More people are reverting to Islam than any other religion, yeah.
Yeah, it's the fastest growing religion,
yeah.
Alhamdulillah, and it's very beautiful and touching to hear this and feel this. Today, we want to talk about your journey, so it's about you.
Okay.
And I know, obviously, a little bit about your background. You was married to a Muslim that was non-practicing. Could you tell me a little bit about the situation?
Well, yeah, we were married and had 5 children, and he didn't really teach them much about Islam. I think I taught them more than he did.
So you becoming a Muslim, it wasn't because you was married to a Muslim?
No, not at all. No, I mean, I've been married to him for a while before I actually became a Muslim. I looked into it, read about it, and just found it really interesting, and the more I read about it, the more interesting it became. So in the end I thought, you know what I mean, this is what I want to do. So
when you became a Muslim, was he happy? Was it like a life-changing moment for him?
Well, I don't know, for me it was, yeah.
For him though, what did you feel? Did you find him supporting you, helping you through it, or was it just, oh right, okay, she's going through a phase, or what was you getting from him?
I don't know, I suppose he was pleased about it, but and he'd answer questions and stuff, you know, if I needed to know. But yeah, he wasn't jumping up and down excited or anything like that, but yeah, he was pleased about it. Yeah.
Bringing your children up, because obviously you've just said that you wasn't Muslim at the beginning, and it was sort of in between. So obviously your children haven't had that bring up of, as it would be like a mother and father being Muslim. So can you just tell me a little bit about that?
Well, obviously me being English, and I was born into a Christian family, and us living in England, I suppose it's different from living in a Muslim country. If we'd have both come from a Muslim country, then it would have been a lot different. They would have gone to an Islamic school, been brought up reading the Quran and hadiths and everything, etc. But because it's here, because I was learning too, so it made it quite difficult sometimes to teach them. But then on the other hand, it was, you know, they did go to the mosque and learn about Arabic, and you know, I have taught them some things about the Quran.
Do you think that he's put a lot of effort in to try and bring them up as Muslims, or has it been left to yourself?
Well, more to me than him, yeah. He didn't really,
And as you've been a new Muslim, obviously it's not as easy as somebody who's been brought up yourself.
Yeah, if you've been brought from being a baby, you go to school learning about, obviously he would have gone to school and learned about Islam, so it would have been easier for him to teach them, but he didn't. He was always working and busy. So
right, okay. So how are your children taking it now that obviously mum's now Muslim, she's practicing Muslim, alhamdulillah, and you wear a scarf and you dress differently, although sometimes you still wear English
clothes, but cover. So
yeah. So how do the children find that? Because obviously it must be quite different from mum from before to mum now. How are they coming with you, or are they finding it quite hard? What do you?
Well, I did become a Muslim back in 2010, and then I kind of went away from it a bit, and then recently I've done the Shahada, and I've started praying recently as well, so which is amazing, and it feels brilliant, and it's very
So when you did the
peaceful.
Shahada for the second time, so I know the second time round you'd already had some experience, so you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
So what did it feel like when you actually said the Shahada for the second time?
I think it was kind of a relief, because I'd kind of gone away from Islam a bit, and then to come back to it, it was like coming home, I suppose.
Mashallah. So it just really sort of relaxed you back into how you felt you should be.
Yeah, I still believed in, I was still thought I was a Muslim even though I wasn't practicing, but now I feel so much better, so much calmer. It's like peaceful when you pray, it's between you and Allah, so
yes, definitely.
It's good.
I mean, salah, that's what it means. It means when the call of prayer comes, that's Allah calling you.
And I find myself waiting for that call.
MashaAllah, so you're waiting for Allah to call you.
And I even do wudu before the call, the adhan, so and sit there and wait to pray. So
may Allah give you the tawfiq and Hidayah to carry on.
Yeah.
You know, doing that, because we all can lack in this, and Salah is one of the basic and main importances of Islam. And going to read Salah 5 times a day, it shows that commitment that Allah's calling you, and out of the day giving Allah a small amount of time. It's not a big amount of time, but it shows that commitment. So when you're actually praying and you've done your Salah and then you make your dua, what does it feel like when you get up off the prayer mat? What do you feel like?
Calm.
You feel calm.
And really calm.
And does it make you ready for the next Salah? Or?
It also makes me feel stronger as well with going through some bad things over the last few months. I can cope with that a lot better now that I'm praying and now that I'm reading the Quran again. It helps me cope a lot better. So I'm really glad that I did it.
MashaAllah. And obviously you go to the mosque as well, so you've got interaction with other Muslims. So, because obviously you're from a town where there's not that many Muslims. No. So obviously, it's harder as well. And it's the UK as well, so it's not like. Tell me about your last holiday, your trip.
Our last holiday to Pakistan,
And what happened, and what did you feel, and tell us all about it.
Well, I went to get married.
MashaAllah.
To somebody, to a nice Pakistani man. MashaAllah. And I stayed with his family, who were amazing and really good, really lovely people. I loved Pakistan, it was amazing, and went to see some shrines.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And I know because you sent me some pictures. MashaAllah. What did you, when you entered the shrines, what did you feel?
Oh my God, it's hard to explain. It was a bit overwhelming at times, but it was like being somewhere where important people had walked, so
it's quite surreal, isn't it? Really?
Surreal, that's the word I'm looking for.
It's quite surreal, and obviously it's quite busy as well in shrines. So you got to be in close encounters with a lot of Muslims at one time. So how did that feel?
Good, it was fine. How
did you feel that the Muslims behaved towards you? Because obviously you've gone into a new environment. For them also it's a new environment having you there. So how did you interact? And obviously language barriers as well. So how did you interact?
Well, my new husband is my translator.
Okay.
And his brothers and sisters speak a bit of English as well, so it wasn't too bad. But because he lives in a village, it was I was like a bit of a celebrity, I guess.
Okay.
The white woman.
Okay.
Because everybody's dark-skinned from Pakistan and stuff. So, but they were really friendly. Everybody was really nice.
So you didn't see any sort of negativity or anything? You just felt like you'd gone home?
Yeah, it did feel like home, to be honest.
MashaAllah. So
compared to going to where my ex-husband comes from, or going to Pakistan, I'd rather go to Pakistan.
MashaAllah.
It felt more like home than the other place. So.
MashaAllah. So when you went to the shrines, I don't think you didn't go to that many though, did you, while you was there? You went to a few?
Yeah, 3 I think altogether. I can't remember the names, but
And did you get that same feeling when you went to all of them?
I think the last one we went to was
more spiritual.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. And when you came back, obviously you came off the plane, how did you feel like, oh my God, obviously you missed your children because you left them, but how did you feel like, obviously the life is so different over here than actually living in a Muslim country?
Yeah, it is different, So. I was glad to be back for the kids. It was hard to leave my husband behind and his family. That was really hard, but I'm glad to be back for the kids, but I'm glad that I went. Do you know what I mean?
And you've told me many times that Pakistan's like your second home.
It is.
So do you think you'd ever, when you're older or more settled?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
MashaAllah. Inshallah, hopefully, you'll go to Hajj and Umrah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And then you'll feel it, more spirituality coming to you, because obviously that's that's our intention to reach there. And then obviously there's other shrines around the world, and I've told you that we're going to go to Iraq one day soon. Inshallah, I'm going to take you to visit Imam Hussein Raziyallahu and all the big shrines over there. So it will be quite life-changing. Now, obviously, you and your children live together because your husband's not here yet. How is the family unit? What about your parents? What do they think about you becoming Muslim?
Well, my dad, I don't see him anymore. He doesn't really know, but my mum's just accepted it. She's really laid back anyway, so she's fine. She's good with it. I know some people do have a lot of trouble with the families when they revert to Islam, but no, I've not had any problems with any of my family.
And your mum, has she ever, do you think that she would become Muslim, or do you think that, she's just happy for you, or I mean, what do you think?
I know she's happy for me. I don't know, she can be quite stubborn. Inshallah, one day.
Inshallah,
I hope she does.
We'll pray for her, inshallah.
Yeah.
When you're praying and when you're dressed up differently, does she comment on it, or does she what does she feel? What does your mother feel?
Well, when I put this dress on, she was like, wow, you look really nice. So yeah, she likes it. Yeah,
mashallah. And so where's your mum living?
She's living with me now.
Oh, okay, mashallah. So was she living with you before, or
no, she had a flat of her own, but with her getting older and she's disabled and stuff, so it's harder for her. I don't want her to be on her own, and obviously with being a Muslim, you have to look after your parents as well, so I want her to live with me. Anyway, they were going to get her a place of her own, but I said no, I want her to stay with me.
Mashallah. So obviously it's good for the children as well to have nanny there.
Yeah.
And obviously it's good for you to be there with your mum, because your mum brought you up and made you the person you are now.
Yeah, she did.
Mashallah. So obviously it must be quite hard, obviously, for the children as well, because nanny's not Muslim, mummy's Muslim, daddy's obviously not done anything and left.
Yeah.
How are the kids finding it? I mean, do they class themselves as Muslims, or what do the children do?
Well, my oldest one, he's probably been influenced by English people a lot, so, but I'm trying to bring him back, but he's very respectful of me praying. I don't lock myself in the bedroom. They can come in and out, the kids, my youngest is 5. He's seen me pray. Yasmin sits and watches me pray, my daughter. They've all seen me pray. They know that I'm praying and stuff, and my eldest daughter, I want to teach her, because she's 12, so she needs to learn how
she's
to
getting
pray.
to the age now. So how many daughters do you have?
I've got 3 daughters and 2 sons.
Mashallah. And in Islam it says that a parent that brings up 3 daughters in the right way of Islam is guaranteed a place in Jannah.
Yeah.
So you've got a big responsibility in your hands.
Yeah.
Because you've got 3 beautiful daughters.
Yeah, I used to think that with the father's supposed to be, get reward for bringing up daughters, but he didn't really have much input in Islam, teaching them Islam, should I say. So I don't know how.
Did he practice himself in the house, or
no?
Never?
I saw him pray once.
Right. Okay.
And that was just to show me, back in 2010 when I first reverted.
Okay.
So yeah.
And when you became Muslim, obviously you did your shahada and you went to the masjid. I was there as well. It was a beautiful time. When you got ready and you got changed to come, because I know you made an effort in changing and coming to come and do the shahada, because it's obviously the first day of your new life.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you was leaving the masjid and going back home?
You mean the second time I did the shahada? It's like being reborn again, I suppose.
So did you feel excited to go back and tell the family that you just...
Yeah, because I came on my own, didn't I? Yeah, it was go back and you gave me a certificate, and it was good to go back and say, I'm a Muslim. I felt warm inside, and it was good and peaceful. So yeah.
Mashallah. Now, what are you doing? I mean, obviously you can do salah, and you're reading your prayer beads as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are your feelings are? Are you going to try and learn more and more, or are you
definitely
happy the way you are, or what?
No, I want to learn more and more. I'm ready to learn more about Islam. I suppose praying salah has given me the capacity to learn more, if you see what I mean.
Open your mind.
Yeah, helping my mind more to want to learn more.
Yeah, mashallah. And obviously even just the washing ritual, it's getting you ready, and it's opening your mind up, ready to go and speak with Allah.
Yes.
Because basically that's what you are when you're doing salah. You go in and speaking to Allah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our Al-Ibad. I mean, they gave their lives for Islam in sajda, praying.
Yeah.
And when you're praying and you're talking with Allah, even if somebody came to hurt you, you wouldn't necessarily feel it because you're in that meditation steps.
Yeah, you're not kind of thinking about the world around you. You kind of zone into, it's like meditation, I suppose.
Yeah, and meditation and talking to Allah.
Yeah.
And I think the dua as well.
Yeah, well, you can say your own dua at the end and pray for the people you want to pray for and everything. That's really good to do that.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Because you feel that you just spoke to Allah and you want to ask Allah. I mean, Allah knows what's in your heart. But obviously, it feels nice to be able to speak to Allah and say, look, I'm having a difficult time, and this is why I need. What would you say? Because obviously, you must have friends that are non-Muslim friends.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Because obviously, you can't just change your life overnight. How are they taking it? Do they still see you as the same, or do they respect that you are?
They respect. My true friends respect the fact that I became a Muslim. Yeah. Well, real friends will do, won't they?
Yeah.
I suppose what they should do. I would do. If it was the other way around. No, they're fine about it.
They're fine.
Yeah.
And what what are your ideas about going to Hajj and Umrah? What have you got anything inside you that's sort of saying, I want to go, or do you want to learn more before you go, or what are your thoughts on?
I would like to learn more before I go, definitely, but I definitely would like to go, inshallah.
Yeah, because you were saying that your husband was
my husband said he wanted to take me and my mum if she reverted, inshallah. Yeah,
because obviously she has to be Muslim to go there. Yeah. It's the only masjid where you have to be a Muslim to go there.
You have to, I
mean, she does come to the masjid, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And has a brew. And
I've had many a conversation with her. Well, you have as well, and your husband, about Islam, and I've even Googled things and read things to her about it. So
Inshallah, I mean, with time, because obviously if you've had it inside you, that feeling that you want to become a Muslim, and it's not because you got married,
not because I was married, no,
it's because you want to be Muslim, then I'm sure, because you've come from your mother, that your mother must have, and obviously she's not negative towards you, she's not.
She's positive about it, but I suppose because she's in her 60s, she's been brought up as a Christian. So maybe she finds it difficult to change. I don't know.
Does she go to church though? I mean, no. So she doesn't actually go to church or anything like that?
So she's not actually practicing. She probably prays to God in her head. Oh, how Christians
Which wouldn't be any different anyway.
No, you can pray to Allah any time you want to. So.
And there's only one Allah.
Yeah. So well, Allah is God in Arabic. So it's the same. Even the Christians in Palestine, or they still speak Arabic, so in Arabic countries.
Obviously we watch media and we watch TV and we read the newspapers and Facebook and Twitter and everything else, and we see so many bad things going on, like in Aleppo in Syria and in Iraq, and many places. Look at Yemen, for instance, and even Kashmir, even Kashmir. What does that make you feel? Because now, obviously, although that you're still English, you'll never not English. No. But you're Muslim. So how does that make you feel? Because obviously you're not from your background's not from any of those kind of countries. But you are a Muslim, so that's what ties you in with them. So what does it actually make you feel like? When you see it and you see children and you see people dying for no apparent reason?
It's really sad, to be honest, and. I think it's.
I mean, what are your thoughts on Syria? I mean, what do you think could help the situation, or what is it? Obviously, you watch media. What do you think? Because I mean, I have contact with people in Syria myself on a daily basis, and basically they think that nothing's going to help them. They're sort of just waiting.
It's probably hopeless to be there, to be the civilians. In Syria, it's probably just feel helpless. I think I'd feel like that, and I'd be scared, and I'm not surprised they want to leave, to be honest. I mean, how many children and how many people have died in the boats trying to flee from Syria, and you get people in England saying they only want to come for the benefits and things like that, which is, I mean, really, it's a war-torn country. They're getting bombed, they're scared to die. So I'd want to get out of there as well if I was there.
And I mean, what do you feel? Do you feel like, because
I feel bad for them because it's a Muslim country.
Do you feel like some kind of loyalty because obviously they're Muslims and you're Muslim?
Yeah, for any of the countries, the Muslim countries, definitely,
I mean, if you look in Burma at the moment as well with the Rohingya Muslims.
Oh right, it's really, really bad what they're doing to them,
And I mean, where we're from as well in the UK, we've had quite a lot of issues with EDL and BNP, which you know of.
Yeah.
What would you say to, if you met an EDL or BNP now, because obviously they would look at you and think, oh my God, she's a traitor, she's left us.
Yeah.
What would you answer to somebody like that?
I'd just tell them to read the Quran, read about Islam, learn about it, because obviously a lot of people are uneducated. Do you know, you can't just tar all Muslims with the ISIS bush like people do, because that's what happens. Islamophobia. You know, just because we're Muslims doesn't mean we're terrorists, like everybody thinks Muslim terrorist, and it's not true.
Well, it's not.
Islam's a peaceful religion.
When Islam started, there was no terrorism. No. It came after, and it wasn't from Muslim countries that terrorism actually started.
This Muslim terrorist has only come since 9/11. I think it's kind of got worse since then.
Yeah, and a lot of the time they're not Muslims anyway.
No.
Because a true Muslim wouldn't try and kill anyone anyway. Because Islam says, if you save one of humanity, you save all of humanity. Yeah. And if you kill one, then you killed all humanity. So our religion actually teaches us to love each other. Yeah. Not look at our colour, not look at our background, not look at our wealth.
Take somebody for what they are, not what they've done in the past or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, one of the hadiths as well is that, you know, never judge somebody on a sin that they've done during the night, because they might have asked for tawbah during the night, and in the morning, if you still look at them as if they've done something, that they might have done tawbah and been forgiven. Yeah, you never know. Don't judge anybody now. And that's a beautiful thing about Islam. People don't realise that Islam actually gives us so many chances of repenting and making a difference. Well, we're from Blackpool, and I mean, it's not very religious even for non-Muslims. I don't think it's. No, it's like people come for hen weekends, and it's not the high place to come if you're religious. No. I remember sitting outside a church. They did an event in Blackpool. Yeah. And it was about cultures. So we all had different stalls of where they were from, and they've decided to put me on the Pakistani stall. Although I am mixed race, but you know, my mum's Pakistani, so they've stuck me on that stall. Anyway, we were sat there, and next to me was the Christian cemetery. They were there. Yeah. So obviously, you know, I talk to anybody. So we was talking. You know, we had the Africans as well, sort of near us as well. So it was a bit of everything going on at that time. And it was beautiful because we had the Hindus had come, Muslims had come. You know, we had all the different cultures come in, and it was really good to see what they were doing. We had Chinese doing martial arts, Hindus did Bollywood dancing, and for us Muslims, my son, he did nasheed. So it was beautiful. Anyway, we were sat there talking, and there was a couple sat in front of us who'd had a lot to drink and looked like they were drug addicts. Yeah. And the woman looked like she was actually going to die. She really looked very ill. Now, we told the ambulance guy that was there watching to make sure no accidents had happened, and he was there, well, she's done it to herself. That's what I got back. So he looked at her and he said, well, I don't think she's going to die imminently. She's done it to herself, so... And he carried on. And as I'm sat there, it's hurt me more and more. Now, you might think, why? Because she's not Muslim, but she's human. It doesn't matter, she's a human being. Yeah, she's human. So after a while, I went and I said, look, let's go and give her some food. So I went and gave her some food. And I said, here's some food. Just give her some food so she can eat. And then, you know what the man said? He said, I've just been in the church and asked them for food because that's what she needs. She's, you know, because she's drank too much. And they've turned me away. Wow. So anyway, I got back to my stall, and I felt a relief as a Muslim that whether they know I'm a Muslim or not, I didn't sort of say, hi, I'm the Muslim and I'm giving you bread. It was, here, just take what you need. If you need any more, if you need any more, I'm over there. Yeah. And I felt inside with that, you know, I've done what a Muslim should do. Saving humanity. So I've come back and sat down, and the lady next to me, what she said to me is that's very Christian of you. And I looked at her and I thought, thank you. And she said, oh, I've not upset you, have I? And I went, well, no. I said, do you believe in Jesus? And she said, yes. I said, yeah, but so do Muslims. And she was, what? And I went, yes. So you're not educated? We believe in all the prophets, and we believe in Jesus. And if we don't believe in Jesus, we're not Muslims. And she went, oh. She said, but what you did was really Christian. I went, yeah, it's really Muslim as well.
Yeah.
It's not what you read.
It's not just Christian. It's
on TV or look at TV or read in the newspapers. That's what a Muslim should be doing.
Yeah.
And following that, he came to the mosque the following day, and we gave some more food. So you get people thinking that we're not Muslim, so we wouldn't be accepted in the mosque. Well,
anybody can go into the mosque.
That's wrong as well, because a masjid, a mosque, is at the house of Allah, and we all belong to Allah. So that means we all have a right to be clean, washed, respectful, and we can go and see Allah's house.
Yeah.
But obviously we can't go to Hajj and Umrah until obviously Makkah and Medina, until we become Muslims and do Shahada.
Yeah.
But I think now you're a Muslim, it's on you to try and teach people what Muslims are really like.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not that, I've done Shahada and that's it.
It's like on Facebook I used to explain a lot to people, because some people are so narrow-minded that to not get mad, it's hard to not get mad with some people, but being a Muslim, if you stay calm, I'm a lot calmer now than I was before. But you have to explain, you have to educate people so that they know about Islam. Well,
I mean, if you think about it, when somebody's shouting at you and being aggressive towards you or annoying you, when you're calm, it's so annoying to them.
Yeah, it would, definitely.
It's really hard, and I'm not saying that we should all practice this, and it's very hard. But
it's better for you to stay calm and not lose your temper like they are, and that calmness might rub off on them, and they might calm down. But it can be annoying.
Yeah, and it annoys them because they know that they've tried to.
They're trying to wind you up.
But you've not, because you've got your religion, which is teaching you to stay calm.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the hadiths of our Prophet ﷺ, used to walk down the street, and every day a lady used to throw rubbish out the window on purpose.
Was it his next door neighbour?
On purpose over the Prophet ﷺ. I love this story. And every day, our Prophet ﷺ didn't say anything back, just carried on. And one day this lady didn't throw the rubbish over, and what did our Prophet ﷺ do? Just showed the love of Islam, showed the love of our Allah, showed the love of our Prophet ﷺ, and went up to see if she's alive, if she's okay, and she was really ill. And our Prophet ﷺ made sure that she had everything she needed. Nobody went to see her. Nobody. No family, nobody. Our Prophet ﷺ went, showed love, compassion, what our Islam tells us. And she became a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. So that's how you spread Islam. Not through shouting and saying, I'm Muslim and I do it this way, so you have to follow me. It should be, I'm Muslim. I want to do it this way, but I'm not forcing you.
You're not allowed to force people anyway. You've got to embrace it yourself with your heart, so you can't just force people. There's no way.
No, definitely not. And obviously you went to Pakistan. What did you feel actually? Because you've been to other Muslim countries, you've been to Morocco as well. When you've landed in these Islamic countries, I know all Islamic countries are different. I mean, if you went to Iraq, it's different. If you went to Saudi, it's different. If you went to Turkey, it's different. They're all different. But when you actually land, you sort of feel like a brush of air going to your face. It's like you've landed somewhere that's totally different from where you come from. What did you feel? Because obviously we're sort of brought up going to these kind of places. We don't really tend to just go to Spain for the beaches. We go to we go to places for significant reasons. So it might be to visit a shrine, it might be to visit family, it might be to go and do aid work. Because I've got many non-Muslims and Muslim friends who constantly tell me, sister, you're crazy because you want to go to Iraq. And I said, yes, but if we don't go and help them in the time of need, who's going to come and help us? And they went, when you say it that way. And I went, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to die before my time. Allah's planned everything for us. And we're just in with that, and we're carrying our lives. But how boring would it be just to sit and wait for us to die rather than actually go and make a difference?
It'd be better to make a difference and do something. So
obviously our holidays are sort of not holidays, they're based around doing things like that. So how did it feel for you? Because obviously you know, you've not been brought up in that situation. So how did it feel like for a holiday for you? We'd probably go take the kids out swimming or to a park or whatever, but to actually go and visit Pakistan.
Well, I'm pretty open-minded anyway, so I just embraced it all, and I don't know, it just felt like home as soon as I was there, and obviously it's a lot warmer than here. Yeah. So the weather was good.
Well, it was getting colder as you was coming back.
Yeah, I did get cold when I was there because it was that hot when, well, I mean, it probably wasn't the hottest there. It's hotter before, like is it July, August time? But it was, for me, it was really hot when I got there, and then it got cooler. But no, it's strange. It's just like home. Like, and I have not been there before, but it felt like I'd been there before, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, I loved it. It was really good. I'd go back again.
So, while you was over there, just as a matter of interest, I sort of do know the answer, but I just want to ask you anyway. When you was there, did you ever get anyone trying to be racial towards you?
No.
Or did you feel intimidated because you were the odd one out?
No, never.
And was you worried before you went? Because obviously it's a big step, because you see what happens here.
Yeah, I read on the website, on the government website for going, I think it was the Visas website for going, it warns you about terrorism. But to be honest with you, I never saw anything like that. Peaceful, nothing, nobody shouting, nothing like that at all.
Well, before you went, were you a bit,
no,
I don't know what's going to happen when I get there?
No.
You were just...
You just went?
Yeah, I just went.
I just went.
Hope for the best.
No, I never thought because I'd asked my husband about it, and he said, no, it's really peaceful and there's no trouble or anything there. I was like, right, okay. So I believed what he said, and I never expected any trouble, and there wasn't any trouble, so...
Mashallah, so you didn't get anyone looking at you a bit funny because you're a white woman? Everyone was sort of like...
I might have got the odd look like, oh, white woman.
We've never seen one before.
But nobody ever said it. Yeah, I've probably never seen one because it was a village, but no, nobody ever said anything bad to me. Oh, well, unless they did in Urdu, I wouldn't have known. But no, nobody. I never felt any aggression or anything from anybody. So
nothing.
They all welcome. They were very welcoming. So yeah.
Mashallah. Yeah, because I'm just asking you because obviously my father is English as well.
Yeah.
And he was very scared of going to Pakistan. And when he went, it was because my grandfather had passed away.
Yeah.
So he went back with the body. And on the flight there, he was trembling and really worried. But when he got there, he didn't want to come back. And I think that happened to you.
Yeah, a bit the same, but I had to come back. Yeah.
So, he had to come back and all.
Yeah.
And, but then he was planning the next trip back. So, and he was getting ready to move there. So, yeah. I just, I do know myself that it's not like that. But my dad was worried about, what he thought was that, well, look, Muslims here are getting picked on all the time, called nasty names, and not sort of... They find it quite hard, not everybody, but it exists. And he was very worried that when he gets there, it'll be like, there's a white man just come to the village.
Yeah.
And what does he want? And they might be quite rude. When he got there, it was nothing. Everybody loved him and took care of him because he'd accepted Islam. I think the reason that they accept you is because it's not because you're white or you're black or it's because you become a Muslim.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Because it's like you've accepted what they believe in and you've respected what they believe. So then they respect you.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think in the UK, I think I don't know, because they wanted India and Pakistan and all these countries to come and work.
Yeah.
So they invited all of the minorities here in the first place.
Yeah.
But I think now, especially with I had an interview not long ago about Brexit.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons for Brexit really was immigration.
Yeah.
Because they felt that there was too many people coming in the UK, but yet they don't actually see how many are leaving UK because there's not. If you certain qualified people, there's no jobs for them here.
Yeah.
So they're moving far away to get better paid work and a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
And those that are coming here, we actually need them, like the doctors and the nurses, because if you look at NHS,
it's not very good, is it?
No.
No.
So people coming over are actually helping this country.
Yeah.
But then you get uneducated people who think that they're coming for benefits.
Yeah.
When they're not really. They're coming here to...
A lot of them have got shops or takeaways or a business of some sort anyway.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Or medically orientated, or engineers, or
professionals,
computer engineers. So they all come here to bring something to the country, but also better their own life. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, so why shouldn't they?
Definitely, but I think people are not educated in that. They just see immigration and get scared. It's like when the Polish came as well. I mean, they can get away with it because they don't stick out like we do. but still, they got quite a lot as well, especially in Blackpool, where we're from. Yeah,
there is quite a lot of Polish in Blackpool.
Yeah, and they got quite a lot of stick that they all come here for.
And they take all the jobs and the same old thing.
But they don't actually see, well, are we actually applying for these jobs?
Yeah, if English people, I'm not tarring all English people with the same brush.
Well, no, you're English yourself, so.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
But they have got a reputation of not getting up to go to work and not finding jobs and things like that. They'd rather just doss about, basically. Not all English people, but some of them do.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones that moan about immigration, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It's always it's those that moan. When you're in Blackpool, because obviously it's a non-Muslim town, although we have a beautiful masjid, how do you feel like, going out in town? Would you wear Muslim clothes and walk outside? How would you feel?
I mean, I did come back from Pakistan in Pakistani clothes, and went on the train from Manchester to Blackpool, and there was no problem. I walked past people, nobody said anything. I'd wear the hijab, definitely. I'm more likely to wear English clothes than Pakistani clothes, or jilbabs, just because it's Blackpool.
Because it's Blackpool.
Yeah. If I was in London, it would be different.
Because people are minding their own businesses.
Yeah.
Well, they're minding their own businesses.
There's more cultures in London than there is here. Like, there's not many Muslims in Blackpool. Although I've never had any racist abuse or anything like that. So I'd probably have to do an experiment, actually, and walk around.
Well, we might do that next time. An experiment.
Video it.
Yes.
And then come on the programme and say.
So this happened.
Yeah.
What do your daughter do? I mean, the daughters, obviously, girls love frilly dresses and fancy dresses and this, that and the other. Obviously, you've come back and you've got beautiful dresses and you brought them back from Pakistan.
Yeah.
How do they feel? Do they like it? Do they want to wear it as well? And have you got any thoughts on hijab? Because obviously, hijab is quite an awkward one when you've got daughters.
Yeah.
And your eldest is 12, so obviously she's getting to that age.
Yeah, I have talked to her about.
And what do you living in Blackpool and living with a father that's not really brought them to Islam? How do you feel that they're going to take that sort of next step in their life?
I'm going to slowly ease them into it, I think. Just keep talking to them about it, like put the idea in the head. Like I've mentioned it to Sophia, she's got a friend at school who's, I think her dad's Muslim and she's Muslim and she wears a hijab at school as well, so
oh, mashallah.
Do you know what I mean? And she doesn't get any hassle or anything over it, so if I can kind of talk to my daughter about like her friend who wears a hijab, I think she just feels a bit awkward because she's never been made to wear one. I'm not going to force her, but to talk to her definitely, and the other two girls, yeah. My youngest, who's 8, she wore the hijab the other day. Yeah, I'll keep saying to them, and if they see me wearing it as well.
Well, it's
all the time,
practice, isn't it?
Because I'm going to wear it all the time. I didn't before, but now I've took the Shahada. Now I've come back from Pakistan. Now that I'm praying again, I am going to wear it outside. Yeah, because I'm a Muslim and we're supposed to cover our heads, so cover,
Yeah,
everything. So I will. Yeah.
Mashallah, mashallah. And when you're praying, they sat there watching you. Do they ask you what you're actually doing and what does it mean? Have they?
Yeah, they know not to speak to me. They do make noise, the kids, but I've said to them, don't. I'm praying because if you stop praying, you have to start again. Not that that'd be a problem, but they know them. They're quiet. But yeah, Layla, my middle daughter, I was explaining to her about Salah. I said, I want to teach them how to do it.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah.
When they start coming to the mosque again and seeing how, how different, because nowadays as well in masjids we have quite a mix of children from all different cultures. So it's quite nice when they see different cultures coming in and but doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what colour,
No.
what background you're from, but when the call of prayer comes, we're all equal and the same.
Yeah.
And we all stand together in a line.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite powerful.
It is, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it takes all the barriers away, I think.
Yeah,
and then after
definitely.
Salah, and when you meet and greet each other, it's like we're one.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
Yeah, one ummah.
Yeah, one ummah, yeah, mashallah, yeah, one ummah. And it feels like, you know, and I think that's why when we hear these terrible things, as humans, it saddens us.
Yeah.
But then we have that, well, we're all one ummah, and it could have been happening to us, couldn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
we're all brothers and sisters in Islam at the end of the day, so...
You know, and to see that happening is quite harsh and painful.
Very harsh.
I know you want to try help with charity work as well.
Yeah.
In medical aid and you know, helping with the mosque and everything.
Yeah.
And you've actually helped at the mosque. You've cleaned the toilets at the mosque.
Yeah,
as well,
I
haven't
did.
you?
I have, yeah.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Need to do them again soon as well.
Yes. And mashallah, you sweet as well.
Yeah.
So how did it feel afterwards? Because I mean, you know, it's not like...
So it's very rewarding actually to clean a mosque. It's the house of Allah, so yeah.
If you're going to clean any, then it's the best house to clean.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you feel something after once you'd washed it? You know, because I think when you've done, I mean, you obviously you wouldn't go out your way to go and clean the bathroom normally, but when it's the masjid, it's just
it's different. It's the masjid, so it's the house of Allah, so. Yeah, it's kind of special. Not like cleaning your own toilet at home.
No,
Definitely not.
And when you've been to the masjid, then obviously we've had, because you've been on Jummah days as well. You've been to different times, and you've met different cultures coming in.
Yeah.
How have you felt? Have they just carried on like normal? They've not sort of looked at you and thought, "Oh, what's she doing there?" They've just carried on normal.
Just normal, yeah. Everybody's really welcome. The Muslims I meet, they're really welcoming.
Mashallah.
Nothing bad or anything, so.
Mashallah, mashallah. And when you sat with your non-Muslim friends, obviously you know that you're a Muslim and how you should behave.
Yeah.
Do they find it difficult, or do you think that they just carry on as they are? Do they ask you any questions? You know, how does it feel?
No, it's just I'm just myself basically, and they're their selves, and they respect my religion. And if they say anything out of order, or you know, that they shouldn't say, which normally they don't, I just kind of put them straight in a nice way.
In a nice way, yeah, because that's what our religion tells us.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to educate. You know, educate everybody, and obviously learn ourselves as well, because Islam is all about education and ikra, learning.
Yeah.
You know, so we're never too old to learn.
No.
None of us.
No.
Whether we're born Muslims or revert back to Muslim. Well, we're all born Muslims, but
Yeah.
whether we revert back to Islam or whether we've been brought up in that situation of being a Muslim. Do you think it's harder for a woman to become Muslim than a man, or do you think it was quite easy for you to make that decision?
No, it was easy for me to make the decision. Yeah. I suppose it depends on the person, the man or woman's circumstances, and their personal life, I suppose, because it might be more difficult for one man and easier for a woman. It depends on their life, I suppose, and what their families think and what hardships or easy things they have.
And
if you see what I mean?
Yeah, and when you see Muslims, you've said that you know they're all very helpful and love you, and you love them. When you see a revert, what do you feel? Because obviously they've gone through that kind of journey that you've gone through, so they maybe understand you better.
Yeah, I suppose I wouldn't say I feel closer to a revert, because obviously.
Because you know a few, don't you?
Yeah. But yeah, I see what you mean. I suppose you've got more in common with a revert than somebody that was born a Muslim, if you get what I mean, even though it's the same religion.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've kind of travelled on a similar journey to you.
And they're still learning, and maybe the learning is similar.
Yeah, because you kind of, like I was in my 30s. No, I think I was, in my late 30s when I became a Muslim. So, and I wanted to learn, and I just kept learning, and I'm slowly feeling myself getting back to that again. So yeah, I will just keep learning, and there's a lot of things, there's a lot of help out there, you know,
Well, yeah, these days there's a lot of stuff in English as well.
Yeah.
Even for children to start learning, like little books and cartoons to get children into the deen.
Yeah.
So that they know what the deen actually means.
Yeah.
And obviously, we have sheikhs and beers who help us and follow, you know, to follow and to learn, to answer your questions. I know you have somebody who actually you did the shahada with. So you know that you can always go back to them and ask them and say, Sheikh, can you help me? I mean, would you feel easy going back to Sheikh and saying, yeah, it's, you know.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And when you see other sheikhs as well, or other imams, mulanas, how do you feel? I mean, do you feel intimidated, or do you feel quite free and open?
If I'm honest, when I first became Muslim, I did feel a bit intimidated, but I don't think I would now, no.
And that openness of being Muslim, it's like, I don't know, what would you say, it's like being free, like a bird flying out of the cage? What would you say, you know, when you actually became a Muslim and now you're not sort of hiding away?
I know people do say, oh my God, you have to pray 5 times a day, and it looks very restricting, and women are suppressed and everything.
We've got Ramadan coming, so.
And it's nothing like it. You don't feel like that. I'm not suppressed. I'm, free. You don't feel suppressed, like, you know, like the media makes out, or people make out that, you know, women can't do anything and they're like slaves to the men. It's not like that. Read the women surah in the Quran.
Yeah. Well, our Prophet ﷺ helped their wives in the kitchen, helped with the children, you know, helped with the work. So it's not our religion or our prophet that suppresses women at all.
No, it's people or certain countries, cultures that do that.
Yeah, and I think you have good things and bad things in all cultures. And it's a shame that religion gets blamed for the culture aspect of it. I mean, somebody was asking me, you know, you wear a scarf and you wear all these clothes, and, you know, do you not feel suppressed, like you've just said?
No.
And I said to them, you know, if you had a diamond, would you put it in a nice glass case for people to look but not touch, or would you just put it on the table as if it was nothing? And he said, I'd put it in a case. Well, a woman's a diamond.
You'd want to hide it,
Well, a woman's a diamond, and her husband should take care of her as a diamond and make sure. And a woman should want to be in that situation that she's not there for everybody to be touching or looking at. Yeah, because you're worth more than that. It's like somebody had 2 lollies and opened one and threw it on the floor, and one was wrapped and threw it on the floor, and then said, okay, you can choose a lolly, which one do you want? Well, obviously you're going to pick
the one with the wrapper on.
Same with a woman, you know.
Cover.
And also with men also, it's not just women have to be modest, men have to be modest as well. Yeah. And a beautiful ayat is from the Quran is a woman, a wife is her husband's libas, clothes. Yeah. And the man is the libas and clothes for the wife. Yeah. So I belong to him and he belongs to me. It's a beautiful hadith, and it shows that men and women are equal. Yeah. And it's a partnership and not suppression and not being well, she has to cover up, but it's okay for me. Yeah. Because that ayat tells you as well, that you know, it tells you that. You know, look when the men are going to the masjid to do salah, you don't see them wearing clothes that, you know, you don't see them. No, you see them wearing clothes that cover them. Yeah. So that shows you that men also have to cover up as well.
They do.
You know, and I just think that, you know, it's very important that we understand that. Yeah. And we keep telling people. Yeah. So I'm sure people are going to keep asking you.
Yeah. Well, if I don't wear a hijab now, I feel naked. Do you know what I mean?
Mashallah.
So I need to keep it on my head.
Yeah, mashallah. You know. Yeah, it once you get into the routine of wearing it, at first it's a bit awkward if you've not worn one. It can be, yeah. But then once you're in the routine of actually wearing it, you think, wow. It's like the same with men as well, because you know, some men don't wear a hat, and then when they wear one, they feel quite, you know, agitated.
Yeah, but when they get used to it.
But then when they wear it, it's like, well, where's my hat?
Yeah,
you know,
it's like your arm's missing or something.
Yeah, so it's the same with your hijab, that you know, you're used to going out with it, wearing it, and when it's not there, you feel like you're naked.
Yeah, because I did wear the hijab when I first reverted, and then obviously I stopped wearing it, and it was kind of, oh, it's Blackpool, I don't want to wear it again. But now I'm thinking I'm a Muslim and I should be proud to wear the hijab.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Well, thank you for today. It's been wonderful.
Yes.
I've really enjoyed it, and inshallah we'll see you again sometime again on the show.
Yeah, another discussion about something else.
Inshallah. But what I'd like to say to my audience is Jazakallah for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the show today, and I would like to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.